Did you know that coloring books, even mini or regular size, could be a great idea for a party bag paper? But as a beginner, they can be a little bit time consuming. But today I'm going to show you how you can make your very own DIY extra large coloring sheet right with your Cricut machine. Well, hello my beautiful and amazing crafters. Welcome to another video of Crafting with Shaneda. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make your very own DIY extra large coloring sheet right with your Cricut machine. So I'm getting all the party favorites together for my granddaughter's upcoming birthday, and I was getting ready to put a mini coloring book in the party bag. Normally I do make mini coloring books every year, but this year I wanted to try something a little bit different because with the coloring books, they can be a little bit time consuming and it uses a lot of material. So this year I thought it'd be a cute idea to make a personalized coloring sheet so that way when the kids come to the birthday party, they'll have an activity that they could get started with. I purchased these 11 by 14 poster boards years ago, and I had them in my crafting stash, and I thought they would be perfect for today's project. Of course, when I went to go film, I could not find any of these in my local Dollar Tree. So if you're able to find them, this would be a great budget-friendly idea. You get 3 in one pack. And depending on the amount of kids that comes to your party, you might need only 4 or 5 packs of these poster boards. But since I couldn't find any more at my local Dollar Tree, I'm going to substitute it with these 11 by 14 poster boards that I got online. I will list everything in my Amazon storefront. And the difference between these two is the Dollar Tree version has this 1-inch border around the edges, and the one I purchased online is borderless, so I'll have more room to add for the activity book. Since these are large poster boards, I will be using my 12 by 24 cutting mat for today's project because these poster boards are going to be too small for your 12 by 12 posters. And this project, you could cut it with your Cricut Explorer Air or even your Cricut Maker. And then your choice of color for your Cricut pen. You can use a marker, but I'm going to be using the ultra fine pen, and I'm going to choose black, and I'll choose another color to show the 2 different variants of colors. For today's project, I'll be creating this in Canva, and it's really easy to make in Canva. All you'll need is some outline designs, and you can just place them wherever you would like throughout your coloring page. You could do something basic and simple and easy. Or you can even make a worksheet, which I did here, which I'll have some games on the coloring page. You could be as creative as you would like. This is your project. So let's get started. Let's head over to Canva and get started. Okay, so we're in Canva, and the first thing that we're going to do is go to create a new design. And we know that our poster boards are 11 by 14 or whatever size that you will be using. So I'm going to go to custom size. I'm going to change it from pixels to inches and go ahead and put in the width and height. And I'm going to choose create a design. So as you can see here, I've created a design already, but I'm going to do another one with you just to show you how I came up with this particular design. It's very simple, very easy. You can use free elements. I do have Canva Pro, and I highly recommend you trying out Canva. I'm not affiliated with Canva. I just enjoy using this software, this program. I'm in this program every day. And as you can see here, I've been creating a few different pages to play around with, and you can definitely change it up and use elements from Canva to create your own specific birthday coloring page. So let's create one together. So I'm just going to start with a new page, and I'm going to go over to elements. And you really want to just, the specific element you want to use is just something with the outline. So for right now, I'm going to type birthday outline just to see what pops up. And as you can see, right now there's a lot of different choices to choose from. The ones with the crown are pro elements, but you can filter it out by free elements as well. As you can tell, these elements are pretty detailed, but I'm just keeping in mind I don't want it to be too intricate because again, my Cricut machine is going to have to draw this out, and I don't want to spend a lot of time on each of these coloring pages. So now that I see Now that I have the birthday outlines here, the first thing I want to do is just add some text. All right, so now that I see all the birthday outline elements that I can use, before I get started, I just want to add some text so that way I can place my elements around my text. So I want to just have this as my focal point. And right now, I could have my Cricut machine just cut this. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the Effects tab. I'm going to go to the Effects tab, and I'm just going to change it from a solid to a hollow text. And now it's just about plug and play and just placing all the elements where I want them to be for right now, and then I'll go back in and just clean it up. And then I just added some little circles and some little stars just to add a little bit more dimension to the page. And you definitely can personalize it by adding the birthday little girl or boy's name to the coloring page as well. Also, if you want something to kind of start off with and then personalize, you can type in coloring page in Canva, and they have a large variety to choose from, and you can pick one and then personalize that as well. All right, so now that I have some designs that I like and I'm ready to save them, I'm going to go over to my share button and click on download. And I'm going to save this as a PNG. I'm just going to bring up the pixel just a little bit. Let's go to 2. And the most important thing is you need to click on transparent background. Now, please excuse me, I don't know if the free option, if you have the capability of a transparent background. I know for pro users we do. So it is very important that all the coloring pages that you create have a transparent background. Why? When we upload this into Cricut Design Space, again, we want the Cricut machine to draw these elements. And in order to do that, it needs to be a transparent background. So let's go ahead and I'm going to download my pages to my desktop, and then I'll upload it into Cricut Design Space, and I'll see you in Cricut Design Space. So when you upload your design into Cricut Design Space, you want to size it accordingly. At this part, you want to make sure it's sized and it fits accordingly. Again, in Canva, we size it 11 by 14, but you can kind of fiddle around with the sizing when you come into Cricut Design Space just to make sure it fits correctly. Before I send this to my machine so it can draw, I want to make sure to change the operation from a basic cut to pen. It's very important. And then if you have a different, I'm using a black pen, but if you have a different color, you can change it, or just make sure to change your pen. So we'll go to make it. So before I send it to start drawing, I'm just going to look at the measurements. I know my poster board is 11 by 14. So right now, with this design, just at the edge of the poster board, I have a little bit more room to bring it down, and I'm going to increase the size. So I'm going to hit cancel, and I'm going to just duplicate this because this design is for the Dollar Tree poster board with that 1-inch border. So I sized it down just a little bit so it can fit in between that 1-inch border. But for this design, let's go up just a little bit. Let's go up to, let's do 13. And let's see how much larger it is on the mat. Like that. I'm going to just bring it over just a little bit. So it's right there at 14 and 11. So I like the way that fits. I'm just going to bring it over just a little bit. You can just keep it butted up, but I'm just going to bring it over just a hair so I have us a little bit of a border. I'm going to hit continue. And since I don't have to cut anything, this is just going to be a pen only project. The only tool that's going to pop up is just my pen. And we'll just choose medium cardstock, but again, we're not going to cut anything. So there's no tool required in Clamp B to cut for my maker. All I need is my pen, which I already have it installed in the slot, and I'm ready to go. Now, before I start, I just want to show you how I can have two machines working on this design. So I'm going to go to File, and I'm going to open up a new window. I'm going to go back to my puzzle file, and let's upload another design. That way we could have the two machines working at the same time on two different coloring pages. So what I'm going to do is go to my machine, and I'm going to change it. So I'll have one going to my Explorer machine and one going to my maker. And I'm going to be using my Cricut ultrafine pen. I think I'll do one machine with black, and I'll do one machine, let's do dark blue. And with this poster board, one seems to have a smooth side. So I'm going to place the smooth side facing up. And then using my brayer, I'm just going to bray it onto the mat. I'm going to place my mat into my maker, and then I'm just going to move everything out of the way to make sure that there's nothing blocking it as it goes in and out and draws on the machine. Have you guys ever seen this or purchased these tray extenders? They are a must-have for your machine. I will put this in my Amazon storefront as well. I love using these when I'm with my mat. Keeps it from kind of flipping or hanging over. And then to place your pen, you want to make sure that you place it into the proper slot. It kind of snaps and close the clamp shut. All right, so now I'm going to sand it. Get started. I will time this and let you know how long it takes for each of the design to be drawn. So before I forget, if you didn't want to make individual color pages, you can actually grab a big poster board like this from Dollar Tree. This is a 20 by 30, and you can cut it to fit your 12 by 24 mat and create a design to one big coloring page. So let me show you how to create that in Canva and cut it with your Cricut machine. Again, you could cut this with your Maker or your Explorer machine as well. Okay, so I'm going to go back to Canva, and I'm just going to go back to the original design that I have created. Otherwise, you could create a design that's 12 by 24, and then when you bring it into Cricut Design Space, of course, you can scale it down. I'd rather have it a little bit larger and have it just scale it down versus making it too small and have to stretch it out. So we're going to go back into Canva, and what I'm going to do is take my original design, and I'm just going to resize it. I'm going to go to custom size, and I'm just going to change the dimensions. And I'm going to choose copy it and resize so that way I can still keep my original design. So my computer is a little slow, guys. So while that is resizing, I'm going to go back to the poster board and just show you how I'm going to prepare it. Poster board has has a really matte side and a glossy finish. I'm going to draw and use the matte side. I'm not sure if it's going to smear on the glossy side. So just for today, I'm just going to use the matte side. I'm going to allow the Cricut to draw on this side of the poster board. Again, I got this poster board from my local Dollar Tree for $1.25. Prices subject to change. And if you have not checked out my oversized cutout video, I will link it in the description bar. Great tips in that video as well, and that's how I got the idea for this. So for this project, I will allow the Cricut machine to draw and to cut this out because I cut it out horribly. And I'm going to cut it right at the 11 mark. So before I send this to my mat, I'm going to make sure I braid it. Use my brayer and get it really adhered to the mat. Okay, so now that the design is sized at 12 by 24 inches, now I can just go ahead and just move these elements around and just fill up the space of the design. And just like before, I'm going to go back to share, and I'm going to save this as a PNG with a transparent background and upload it again into Cricut Design Space, and then adjust if needed once I'm at the design space. And just a reminder, when you bring in your design, bring it in as a single layer and make sure that you change it from a cut to a pin. Now for this cut, you will be using your Cricut pen and your fine blade. And that's because I just cut it so bad on the mat, I'm going to have Cricut cut it after it's finished drawing. So for this, it's going to be two designs. I'm going to have my draw, which the Cricut pen will draw out the design, and then I'm going to also have cut. And to do that, I attach a shape behind my draw file. So that way it's going to draw and then cut it out as well. This came out so cute. I love this. If you don't want to do the individual sheets, you can just make a few of these big posters using a $1.25 poster board from the Dollar Tree and some creativity. Super, super cute. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you learned a little bit or a lot, and we cannot wait to see you on the next video of Crafting with Shaneda. Happy crafting. Yeah, yes, sorry audience, my child came home, moving real slow. They gonna come across the screen and block y'all view of my beauty. Don't worry, this will be edited out. Whew, it's hot.